Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in ensaymada baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga-Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika, para more
Ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart ako.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it.
Oh my God! 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, basketball fans watching from all over the Philippines and all across the globe. Live po tayo ngayon mula dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Center, this very spectacular venue para sa ating Wednesday Filbasket action. And we have a great set of matches for us here today. It is the ICC Blue Hawks taking on the AFP Makati Cavaliers. What a spectacular set of games we have to you. First of all, the ICC Blue Hawks look to bounce back and get their first win against the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. And right after that, it will be the Muntinlupa Angeles Resort EOG Cooley versus the AMA Online Education Titans. Nico Aaron Quintong with you. Joining me is analyst Javi Palanya. Now, Javi, we have a spectacular set of matches for us here today. Kasing init ng panahon ngayon ang ating mga laro dito sa Filbasket.
Yeah, that's right. So we have the ICC Blue Hawks trying to break through into the win column, samantalang itong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers wanting to sustain a winning run in our Filbasket Summer Championship.
Okay, and joining me and Javi on the panel, we have our courtside reporter giving us updates from the sidelines. There she is, Megan Cabrera. How's it going, Megan?
Hi, Nico and Javi. Doing well here, and I'm sure everyone is also excited to get the show on the road.
Okay, and that is Megan Cabrera for you. She will bring us all the updates we need all throughout this game day dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Now, Javi, let's talk about this matchup we have today. The ICC Blue Hawks kontra dito sa AFP Makati Cavaliers. The tale of two teams, you know, you have the ICC Blue Hawks wanting to get their first win in this season. They didn't start off the way they wanted to, you know, 0-3 start to the season, but the good thing for them is that they have so much more games to come. But standing in their way are these Makati Cavaliers bouncing back with a big win over the Kuala Lumpur Aseel last Monday.
And you see here the numbers from their last game. The ICC Blue Hawks lost to the Nueva Ecija Capitals 116-82. It was a game that was practically dominated from the second quarter onwards. Of course, it kept in step during the first quarter, but Nueva Ecija just really flipped the switch during the second quarter and never looked back. It was just really a game that was practically dominated all the way from the second quarter up to the finish line for the Nueva Ecija Capitals.
And as you mentioned, Javi, they just dominated that game. You know, the Nueva Ecija Capitals showing ICC all the things they need to improve on as a team. But this is a very young core group of players we have here. And now you see the AFP Makati Cavaliers looking to continue their winning momentum alive, beating the Kuala Lumpur Aseel last Monday. They shined as bright as the lights of Makati City last game.
That's right. In their first game against the San Juan Knights, hindi pa sila kompleto. But right in their game against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, welcome Joffer Custodio and Marvelia Hermosa, and Renz Alcoriza finally broke through for the team of Coach Ronnie Kahanding, and it ended up in a W for their team.
Okay, that's right, Javi. Speaking of W's, we will turn you over to Megan Cabrera for her pre-game interview.
Thanks so much, Nico and Javi. Kasama natin ngayon, long-time coach ng AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers, Coach Ronnie Kahanding. Hi, Coach. Coach Hani po. Okay. So, Coach, meron po tayo mga nadagdag na reinforcements. So, with that one, kamusta po ang naging adjustments natin, especially since naging mix po tayo ng ating mga sa AFP na totoong galing AFP, and we have our civilians as well. So, how has that been going for the team?
Well, slowly we're getting there. It's a long process. Kaya nag-start early practice kami with the civilians. And hopefully at this point in game, nandun na yung gelling ng team.
Alright, so sabi nyo kanina sa akin, every game is different, every opponent is different. Ano ang mga last-minute reminders nyo for the boys going into this game today?
Because we always emphasize to the team yung defense pa rin. Lagi naming pinapaintindi sa kanila na yung defense dapat lagi nandyan. Saka dapat every time sumunod sa game plan. Kung ano yung sinasabi namin, dapat masundan nila all the time.
Alright, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the game today. Back to you, Nika and Javi.
Okay, thank you for that pre-game interview there, Megan. We will hear more from Coach Oroni Kahanding and the rest of the teams participating in today's ball game. So, Javi, a set of matches we will look forward to right now. The ICC Blue Hawks versus the AFP Makati Cavaliers. We will take you to our venue announcer, Ken Pangilinan, to kick things off.
Magandang hapon mga ka-Filbasket! Welcome to the Muntinlupa Sports Center for the continuation of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship presented by Pure Gold. It's our first game of our triple header featuring the ICC Blue Hawks going up against the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. Let's meet the starting lineups first for your ICC Blue Hawks. At guard, 5'7" from Pandi, Bulacan, number 7, Paul De La Cruz. Also at guard, 5'11" from Caloocan City, number 15, Gerard Cabreros. At center, 6'3" from Urdaneta, Pangasinan, number 23, Daniel Abo. At forward, 6'3" from Calasiao, Pangasinan, number 19, Errol Soriano. And at the other forward, 6'4" from San Narciso, Zambales, number 24, Jake Gaspay. Their head coach is Jay Agsalud. And now the starting lineup for your AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. At guard, 5'10" from Far Eastern University, number 18, Hubert Cani. Also at guard, 5'10" from Southern City Colleges, number 30, Airman First Class, Darwin Cordero. At center, 6'3" from Adamson University, number 20, Private First Class, Chan Colina. At forward, 6'2" from Adamson University, number 6, Airman First Class, Romeo Almerol. And at the other forward, 6'1" from Olivares College, Tagaytay, number 14, Airman First Class, Jake Diwa. Their head coach is Ronnie Kanding. Okay.
And here we have the starting lineups for today's Wednesday action dito sa Filbasket. ICC, we have Soriano, Gaspay, Abo, De La Cruz, and Cabreros. Dito naman sa AFM, Diwa, Colina, Almerol, Hubert Cani, and Cordero. We are set to kick things off with our Wednesday Filbasket action. And ICC will take the opening tip to open up our action-packed Wednesday. Nico Aaron Quintong on the call with Javi Palanya. Both teams wanting a win today for two very different reasons. And ICC starting the game off very physical. And speaking of physical, Soriano with a physical drive right there.
Soriano, one of the guys who's picking up the slack in lieu of Jake Gaspay's minimal production in the past few games. He had 15 points in their game against the Nueva Ecija Capitals.
And speaking of Jake Gaspay, he is starting today's ball game. He wants to bounce back, Javi, to be able to give ICC their first win of this tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, 35 points in their game against AMA Online Education, and he really has to pick up his offense here for Coach Jay Agsalud.
And the ICC Blue Hawks starting things very quick with a motion offense right here. And he gives it to Gaspay. Good defense by the AFP Makati Cavaliers, and that is a steal. Hubert Cani, former FEU Tamarao, playing now for the Makati Cavaliers. And ICC will push the pace. That will be a traveling call. If you're ICC, Javi, what kind of style would you want to approach the game in? Do you want to go fast-paced, or would you want to go on more of a set offense?
Well, definitely they want to push the tempo here in this game. They're obviously the smaller team compared to the Cavaliers. They have to take every opportunity to run in transition and get those easy baskets. But things like that, like Jan Colina getting easy buckets inside, will not help their cause.
And as you said, easy buckets. That was an easy bucket by Jan Colina, and the Cavaliers have another steal here. They will go for three. That's no good. But it is rebounded, and that is a foul. So 2-2 start. Both teams trying to get in rhythm in this ball game, but it's been a fast-paced game so far.
See, excellent pass there by Darwin Cordero to find Jan Colina free inside, all over. He was towering over those ICC Blue Hawks bigs.
And the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers, Javi, it's very interesting composition with their team. Ano? You have a mixture of also former military men driving with civilians here. So it's an interesting mix to see how it goes throughout the tournament.
Actually, Nico, not former, but current military men who really have a big passion for basketball. Don't make a mistake about it. Even if they are soldiers, they love to play what is a cult figure in our country, which is basketball.
And the Filbasket is brought to you by Celium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation. And oh, great pass there, but unable to finish. The ICC Blue Hawks still tie up, looking to tie this ball game up, and De La Cruz will have it. Gives it over in the post, but that staggering defense of AFP-FSD Makati just making it hard for ICC to put up a basket here.
Now early on, we see the ICC Blue Hawks. They're trying to get the ball inside, trying to get points inside the paint, but Jake Diwa continuing from where he left off last game, scoring on a bucket inside.
And because of that, the ICC Blue Hawks will take a timeout. We will be back. This instant replay of the game is brought to you by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako. That excellent pass by Hubert Cani to give the Makati a 4-point lead to kick off this first quarter.
All right, we are back with our continuing coverage of Filbasket. And this is Megan Cabrera. I had the chance to speak with the two coaches of the teams at hand right now. And according to Coach Jay of the ICC, medyo bata ang kanilang players but they can also take charge. So noong nakaraan ay nag-champion sila sa May Davao sa isang grassroots competition. And sabi nga ni Coach na they can also serve as an example for their senior members. And at the same time, on the AFP side naman, hindi sila magpapatalo sa game na to because they also prepared for this one. They do not want to take any game for granted because at the end of the day, it's still basketball. So they're doing it one game at a time. Nick.
And that was Megan Cabrera with our courtside report there. And thank you for that report, Megan. As she mentioned earlier, Javi, ICC, a very young core group of players dito sa ating Filbasket. So they still have yet to find their footing dito sa tournament na to. But I think one of the advantages is that bata pa sila. So,
That's right.
so much room to grow.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what I've been saying ever since the start of our tournament. No, their primary objective here naman is not really to win, but to gain experience and exposure against very grizzled veterans who have also PBA experience.
And an and one by the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. They take a 10-4 lead after that basket. So nakabawi na agad etong Makati.
Romeo Almelor having good energy to start this game, getting another offensive rebound, and now he has a chance for an end one play. He makes the free throw, pads their lead more. It's now a 7-point advantage para sa Cavaliers.
And the ICC Blue Hawks now meet a full court press by Makati. The good thing about this is this team likes to run, Javi, so a full court press to them is no stranger. And as I say that, he just breaks it, but the Makati Cavaliers are on the loose.
Ooh, sorry, miss there by Jake Diwa. ICC now here on the run.
Flores gives it over to Gaspay. Gaspay will go hard, but that drop pass is no good. The Cavaliers pushing the ball game. Great pass by Kani, but Almerol just unable to finish. And ICC looks to answer back quickly in transition. Kicks it out for the three-point basket. That is no good. And as we have that sequence, the amazing Wilson is our official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket tournament. So both teams have going very quick to start this ball game, end to end. Not much offensive sets to begin this game.
Helter-skelter basketball being displayed by both teams. We know AFP, the Cavaliers, they wanted to run a lot of offensive sets in the half court during their past two games, but now they are looking to run, and Hubert Cani is the one na nagtitimuan para sa kanila ngayon, and he is really leaving his imprint on this game early on. This is his first start sa ating torneo. Here you see excellent pass by John Colina, returning the favor. Kanina it was Hubert Cani who had a great post entry to John Colina, but this time Hubert Cani the recipient of a great pass from John Colina.
And now the ICC Blue Hawks face their biggest deficit of the ball game so far by 10. And now I just want to remind everybody, to all our viewers watching, that this tournament is not only about the chip, but there is some prize money too. That prize money sponsor is brought to us by Emedisure Pharmacy. So thank you, Emedisure Pharmacy, for our prize money, of which will go to our tournament champions. And now the Makati Cavaliers just suffocating the ICC Blue Hawks with their full court pressure. They have yet to break down this 10-point lead to end the first quarter.
We're seeing improved and renewed effort on the defensive side for the Makati Cavaliers. We didn't see a lot of energy, especially on that side of the floor from them, but right now, iba yung body language na pinapakita nila ngayon, and it's really, really doing well for them early on in this game.
And Makati now pushing the pace offensively. That three is no good, and ICC will also push the pace here. Looking to outnumber Makati on the run, and Flores with a three. That is no good. And just ICC still trying to get the rhythm in this ball game.
The Blue Hawks have to take advantage of those open three-point shots that the Cavaliers are giving them. That was the big reason why they lost by just 5 to AMA in their first game. They have 12 out of 39 from the three-point country, 30.8%.
And our score now is 14-4. And speaking of scores, we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sports Scoring Solutions, providing you with our scores dito sa Filbasket. And Hubert Cani landing a three, something he did a lot in his college days for the FEU Tamaraos in the UAAP. Now Garcia answers back with a drive. ICC wanting to trim down this already 11-point lead by the Makati Cavaliers.
Hubert Cani, a catalyst for the Cavaliers on their offensive right now and really giving a different complexion for their team. Another three back-to-back three-point baskets for the former FEU Tamarao.
And Hubert Canny, as you could see, Javi, giving a little bit of a flex to say, well, I'm just getting hot. I'm just getting started. That was a three by Hubert Canny. And AFP looking to get on the run again. But a travel will be called. Hubert Canny starting this ball game off on a hot start.
The Cavaliers have had a number of botched fast break attempts. We look at this kick out by Hel Francisco to a wide open Hubert Canny. There was some defense right there, but just better O by Canny on that play.
And now ICC wants to bounce back in this ball game. He's gonna take an errant three there. And AFP just taking their time, but Canny pulls up for a three. Offensive rebound by the Cavaliers, and that is blocked. Now ICC, they have the numbers. Flores, great defense there by the Makati Cavaliers.
That was late pass there by Flores. He had Soriano on the left wing wide open already. He gave it up when it was already too late.
And ICC still has 19 seconds on their shot clock. The biggest lead for AFP Makati now at 14. But luckily for ICC, it is just the first quarter. They have so much more time in this game to bounce back.
Nakikita mo talaga early on the immaturity that the ICC Blue Hawks have in terms of their decision making, especially on offense. Renz Alcoriza now on the run. Another fast break opportunity for the Cavaliers, something they did really do in their first two games.
And the Filbasket is presented to you by Pure Gold. Thank you so much, Pure Gold, for sponsoring this 2022 Summer Championship dito sa ating Filbasket. Now, Javi, we could see the Makati Cavaliers really taking it hard against these young guns in ICC. If you're the Makati Cavaliers, is that something that you could really use all throughout this game?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think Coach Ronnie Kahanding is wanting to change his approach to their games right now. Kasi mabagal talaga yung action na pinapakita nila, especially against the San Juan Knights. But against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, they were able to pick it up. And right now, they are even stepping it up further for them in this game against the ICC Blue Hawks.
If you're the Makati Cavaliers, having a big win over Kuala Lumpur just does a lot for your momentum. And speaking of momentum, the field goal percentage, 3 of 14 dito sa ICC and 3 of 18 for the AFP Makati Cavaliers. But they have a commanding 14-point lead in this first quarter. Soriano can bring that down to 12 with these 2 free throws.
I'm sure the black shirts won't take any chances to let ICC get a crack at this game because they want to sustain a winning run and get on a roll here sa ating torneo. This team is no pushover. Malakas tong team na to, Nico.
That's right, Javi. Speaking of malakas, pinakita na yun sa huling laro nila, getting that comeback win over the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, and that ball will go back to the Makati Cavaliers. Now, the ICC Blue Hawks, a lot of lessons for them to learn all throughout this tournament. But one good thing about them is that they're a very, very young core group of players. So you have the energy for you working there. Oh, and that is a block. One of our sponsors, Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. So ang mga Kasebuano natin dyan, abangan nyo po ang Manila Kingpin sa April 2. They will be there in Cebu.
Ray Mesa scoreless in their game against the Capitals, but right now, scoring his first bucket of the ball game. Instant offense right there para kay Coach Jay Agsalud.
And speaking of instant offense, the Makati Cavaliers get an instant three-pointer, bringing their lead back to 14, just dominating on all cylinders to open up this first quarter.
What a luxury it is for Coach Ronnie Kahanding to have an assortment of gunners at his disposal. Imagine Renz Alcoriza, he only had 4 points against the San Juan Knights, but finding his stride against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel with 14 points. And right now, looking to continue that, we have somebody on the floor here.
And just showing you the stat line on our scoreboard, it was a 0 of 5 three-pointers from ICC, habang ito namang AFP Makati Cavaliers hitting on the three-point mark early on, and the elbow to Jake Gaspay. That we will see the call there. That was a tough elbow. It looked unintentional naman, pero mabalik ang bola dito sa ICC with a half-court set, and that will be a foul.
There's really a conscious effort for Soriano to be aggressive, especially inside the paint. Of course, AFP not really the tallest team sa ating tournament, but this may be one of the relatively smaller squads that the Blue Hawks have faced outside of AMA Online Education.
And speaking of the AFP Makati Cavaliers, they lost their opening game, bounced back against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, and now we see it heavy in terms of body language. They're playing with so much more confidence approaching this game.
Well, looks like they really are getting into a rhythm, especially with a lot of their players coming in. Talking about Marvilia Hermosa, you have Joffer Custodio, and a fast break opportunity capitalized here by Soriano. Excellent pass there by Flores.
And now ICC having a good set of momentum these past plays. They want to capitalize on that in the end of this first period. But Villahermosa will take a jumper that is no good. ICC has the numbers. They could run. Oh, amazing pass on the inside, and that is an N1 bucket. Flores to Soriano, that connection has been working for them these past games. Bringing that lead, trimming it down to single digits.
Back-to-back great assists for Flores. And again, Soriano, the recipient of another nice pass from him. He has made up for his blunder nung kanilang botch fast break attempt kanina, and Soriano at the line for an N1 opportunity, capitalizing on it.
Now the lead is back to 7. It was at 14 earlier this ball game. ICC trimming it to half. They've been playing with a lot of momentum these past minutes. Now it looks like the Makati Cavaliers will take the final shot in this ball game. They have 10 to shoot. Alcoriza kicks it out. Corner pocket 3, that's no good. He has a second, puts it up. And Custodio just falling short there, but the AFP Makati Cavaliers will take a 7-point lead over the ICC Blue Hawks as we see our first quarter highlights. The AFP Makati Cavaliers solidifying themselves offensively and defensively, but the ICC Blue Hawks fighting back early on in this ball game. You have guys like Hubert Canny just making it sink from deep, but Flores and Soriano keeping the ICC Blue Hawks within reach in this ball game. 18-25 is our score. We will be back. And we are back for more action dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. The ICC Blue Hawks trimming a 14-point lead mula dito sa AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers still hold on to a 7-point upside in this ball game. Now, Javi, what do you like to see so far from both of these teams?
Well, for ICC, the mindset for them in this game should be just to hang on to them. As we see, first quarter field goal, 7 out of 21 para sa Blue Hawks and 8 out of 24 for the Makati Cavaliers. Makati shooting very well from three-point country. 3 out of 9 na sila from rainbow distance in this game. A big improvement, but we see here a fast break opportunity for the Blue Hawks. Jeric Garcia converting on that layup.
And the ICC Blue Hawks now finding more life, Javi. The lead is within 5. The Makati Cavaliers sensing a little more urgency in this ball game. They miss from deep, but that is an offensive rebound, the second chance bucket mula dito sa Makati Cavaliers. Diwa will give them another opportunity at the line.
See here, Jeric Garcia picking that turnover and finishing with grace on that play.
And that move of the game was presented to you by Pure Gold, bringing us all the moves of the game throughout this tournament. And now it is a 6-point lead para dito sa Makati Cavaliers. The ICC Blue Hawks, though, hanging in the balance, playing with a lot more composure in this ball game. That is why they were able to trim this lead down to 6. But their turnovers like that will be costly for them.
That's already the 8th in the game for the Blue Hawks.
And we could see having ngayon, the Makati Cavaliers changing, first they do set plays, and then in that recent play, you saw them just take up the transition game. So if you're ICC, when you come off a miss and you want to get back on defense, what are some pointers you'd like to give to them?
Well, definitely there has to be safety on that transition. You have to allow your guys to protect the fast break opportunity from the opposing squad to prevent easy baskets galing dito sa Makati Cavaliers. But right now, ICC not really having a good job on doing that.
And they will go 2 for 2 on the line, and our Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship is brought to you by Celium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation. It is now an 8-point lead for the Makati Cavaliers, but ICC doing a terrific job so far, bouncing back in this ball game. You see a 2-3 zone here, and that is why the Makati Cavaliers look to take it from deep, and they make that ICC defense pay. Alcoriza with a smooth jumper.
This guy will not be afraid to shoot. You give him a little daylight, and he will definitely take that shot. His first shot rimmed out, but this time that shot went down through the hole.
Oh, tough move. Tough move there by Uvento, taking it strong to the Makati Cavaliers.
We see the fight that ICC is giving to the Makati Cavaliers on this one. It's going to be interesting to see if they can hold on to this and keep it close, because in their previous 2 games, which they lost by an average of 31 points, sa second quarter na talaga sila bumibitaw.
And as you mentioned, Avi, second quarter talaga sila bumibitaw. That's where they capitalize in. So we see here Flores just giving it to Vento, and Vento, he is young, but he is not afraid to take it strong to the basket, as we saw in that replay there. Demesa now to Gaspay, and that Demesa to Gaspay connection is something we saw in the opening game, Javi, which really worked wonders for them.
No one helping the helper there. Marvilla Hermosa left in the dust, and it was an easy basket para dito sa white shirts.
Ngayon, medyo nabuhayan na ang ating ICC Blue Hawks, Javi, no? Parang they must have had a pep talk after that first quarter. We're seeing a lot more energy from their squad here today.
See here, Marvilla Hermosa getting picked off by Flores, and another fast break opportunity that was capitalized. Alfred Flores now at our charity stripe for 2 shots. Oh, and I believe it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. And Blue Hawks will keep possession, because when Flores turned that steal into their own possession, itong si Marvilla Hermosa fouled him with nobody ahead.
And ICC just moving the ball around, getting good looks, being more patient with their offense. We would like to thank Wilson being the official game ball para sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. So thank you very much, Wilson. It is now a 5-point lead for the Makati Cavaliers. ICC doing an excellent job trimming down what was once a 14-point lead. They bring it within 5, and Alcoriza looks to bring it up. That is no good, and ICC now being more patient and more composed with their offense.
Obvious foul there called by our referees. Renz Alcoriza pulling the jersey nitong si Flores. And I like what Flores is doing here. He is definitely pushing the pace and getting every opportunity to go in transition, but misses on that play.
And we are nearing the halfway point of the second period. We will turn you over to our courtside, Megan Cabrera. Hi, Megan.
Thanks, Nico. Tulad nga ng nabanggit mo kanina, ang ICC ay nagkaroon ng magandang huddle a while ago. So I was listening in on their huddle, and according to their coaches, ang kanilang bilin is, aside from their system and their game plan, is walang mag-aalinlangan. And of course, the Mesa really took charge with the team, especially with the players now on the floor. He took leadership and reminded the players of what they had to do. And sabi nga nila, walang mag-aalinlangan, kaya buhay na buhay sila ngayon. At pinapaglaban nila ang kanilang na mapaliit palalo ang lead ng kanilang kalaban. Nico?
And thank you very much. That was Megan Cabrera with our update throughout this game. Now it is a 7-point lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game now. It is down to single digits. That is why the Makati Cavaliers playing with more urgency, but they turn it over there, and Flores, oh, he'll go hard at Canny, but that is no good. And Flores, you know, watching this kid, Flores, ever since their opening game, he's really tough, no? He's plays with so much heart. Not the tallest guy on the floor, but as we saw in that last play, he's not scared of anybody.
Small but terrible itong si Flores. And I like that he attacked Canny on that transition play. They keep possession right here after a foul was called on the Cavaliers. Let's see if the Blue Hawks can capitalize on this.
And now the Blue Hawks getting some fresh legs in this ball game. Something they have a lot of advantage of, being a young team here. But Makati just putting the pressure defensively. And speaking of pressure, that was a tremendous block leading to this transition opportunity. Diwa will take it from Hubert Canny. Jake Diwa being their best player of the game in their first win against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. That was a marvelous connection by Canny to Diwa.
And this is what I've been looking for from the Cavaliers their past few games. No, Hubert Canny being able to run their offense and orchestrate, and you see here having a different impact on their game as Lord Casajeros playing his first game of the tournament. It's scoring right away upon his entry.
And as we see in this replay, Lord Casajeros with a fast break, and this instant replay is brought to you by Smart Simple, Smart Ako. The AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers lead is back to double digits. We will be back here in the second quarter for more Filbasket action. And we are back dito sa Filbasket, the AFP Makati Cavaliers with an 11-point lead. Welcome back, Jesmar Villahermosa. Their last game in that win, he had 17 points, Javi. Such a big contribution etong si Villahermosa for the Makati Cavaliers so far.
Definitely, this guy is a known gunner even during his days with the San Beda University in the NCAA. And also in the Filbasket Subic Championship last year, he averaged 14.2 points per game and 4.6 assists. He can definitely put the ball through the hole and make plays for his teammates as well.
And speaking of making plays, the ICC Blue Hawks trying to make a play throughout this pressure defense by the Makati Cavaliers. They are unable to do so. Pero mabalik sa kanila ang bola. They have 14 seconds left to shoot.
In this run that the Makati Cavaliers are making, the pressure has really stepped up, and it has forced the Blue Hawks into a lot of hurried shots compared to when ICC came within 5.
And we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sport Scoring Solutions para sa ating scoreboard dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. And that is a jumper. Spectacular spin jumper there by Duarte.
ICC taking advantage of Makati not having a legitimate center on the floor that time, getting the offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity to go.
Oh, Hubert Canny, a little bit of a hesitation there. Ganda sana ng hesitation ni Hubert Canny na yun. He lulled two defenders, but they're just unable to convert their spectacular defense mula dito sa ICC.
Hubert Canny, even during his high school days, has been one heck of a point guard. He really knows how to draw the defense, make the right play, score when he has to, and dish off to his teammates when needed.
At nakahanap ng butas dun si Flores, but just unable to time the pass perfectly para dito sa ICC. It is a 9-point lead. ICC is in a much more comfortable situation now than they were earlier in this ball game.
Three-guard lineup here for Coach Ronnie Cahanding on the floor. You have Lord Casajeros, Hubert Canny, and John Formento.
Oh, and a corner three from John Formento, making that zone defense of ICC pay.
Those zone busters really busting that zone defense by the Blue Hawks. And the Cavaliers really doing a much better job from Rainbow Country. Another turnover forced here. That pass a little bit too strong there by Canny.
And now the lead is back to double digits para dito sa Makati Cavaliers. The ICC Blue Hawks started to get their footing in this ballgame, Javi, but AFP-FSD Makati starting to realize that they don't want ICC to come any closer.
If you watch their past two games, though, it's really a different game that they're showing right now. Their approach has been very solid. There was a variety of shots on their offensive sets. They're not just very reliant on their perimeter scoring, where they had most of their points during that game against the KL Aseel, but right now doing it from the inside and the outside. So they're keeping the defense really guessing, and that's a big reason why they are up by 12 right now.
And you know, that credit to that, Javi, this team by the Makati Cavaliers comes from a lot of experience. You know, you have former UAP players here dito kay Hubert Canny. You have guys like Lord Casajeros, former UE Red Warriors. So they come from a lot of experience, as we have a three from Makati Cavaliers.
6 3-pointer out of 13 attempts for the Cavaliers. Really sharpened offense from distance. And another fast break opportunity here.
And that will be a foul to the ICC Blue Hawks. And despite the trophy this game, we also have some prize money for our Filbasket Summer Championship. And that prize money is sponsored by Emedisure Pharmacy. So thank you, Emedisure Pharmacy, for bringing us the prize money for this Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. 15-point lead now for the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. The biggest lead they have so far in this ball game.
ICC has to do a better job on offense, move the ball from side to side, and be even more patient. But another shot drained here by John Formento. This guy is heating up as we speak.
And speaking of heating up, Javi, Makati now has their biggest lead of the ball game with 17, but Garcia will trim that down to 14. Still a double-digit outing for the Cavaliers.
Now, I mentioned patience on the side for ICC, but Jeric Garcia wanting to rush that shot. Fortunately, it went in for them, but Formento continues his hot streak in this game.
John Formento with a stroke as smooth as butter. That is another three for Formento. Tough move.
That was a rare inside incursion after so many sequences of botched attempts para sa Blue Hawks. They'll need more of that if they want to chop down this deficit.
And now Formento is guarded by Rosal. They know he could hit that three-point shot, but he will have a heat check, and that is a foul. Itong si Formento have, you know, when you have a guy who could shoot that deep from perimeter, it creates a lot of problems for your defense.
And you see John Formento in their past two games, no, he had the burden of setting up the plays and orchestrating the offense for Coach Ronnie Cahanding. But now that you have a guy like Hubert Canny who is now 100% after having that ankle sprain in their first game, talagang Formento can now focus on his scoring, and that is exactly why he's very comfortable right now.
Oh, terrific pass by Rosal. ICC wanting to do that all throughout this ball game. And sa mga Kacebuano natin dyan, one of our tournament sponsors, the Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. So abangan niyo po yan. April 2 ang pagpupukas po ng Manila Kingpin dyan sa Cebu.
Another crack in the defense there. Talking about the Blue Hawks, no one bumping the cutter in the identity of Lord Casajeros. Another easy basket, this time from the inside para sa Cavaliers.
And Rosal now, he has to put something up. We are down to our final minute in this first half. Javi, if you're both teams, let's say the ICC Blue Hawks, what adjustment would you like to see from them so far?
They shouldn't succumb to the pressure that the Cavaliers are giving them. They should be able to be patient on offense, move the ball from side to side, keep the defense guessing so that they can be able to have open looks, quality shots that will be able to get them back into this game.
And they are down by as much as 13. And we will have a timeout para dito sa ating first game ng Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. 50-37 is our score. We will be right back. We are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Nico Aaron Quintong still joining you along with Javi Palanya and Megan Cabrera for courtside. The final 50 seconds of this first half, the AFP Makati Cavaliers have led by as much as 14 in this ballgame, and they sustain a double-digit lead to end this first half. ICC looking to bounce back throughout this ballgame.
Three-point shot attempted there by Joffrey Custodio. That's got one guy who will not be shy to hoist it up from up there.
And that will be a foul. Gets Coach Jay Agsalud up on his seat. He's a little bit baffled by that call there, but that ball will go back to the Makati Cavaliers.
Now, I did say earlier that ICC has to be able to push the ball in transition, push the tempo every opportunity that they get. But they also have to draw the line and recognize when is it time to set their play and not to.
Ngayon, Javi, if you're the Makati Cavaliers, I know you have a 13-point lead in this ballgame, but what's one thing you'd like to remind your players heading into halftime?
Simple, Nico. Just don't relax. Don't allow these guys to get back into this ballgame. Don't give them the confidence to know that they can make a ball game out of this.
And we have 1 second separating game clock and shot clock. Let's see what ICC will make of this. Rosal has a good look at the basket. That is no good for him.
Simply no team play on that possession para dito sa Blue Hawks. Rosal deciding to take it upon himself. They have 8.2 seconds left to make a shot.
Oh, excellent pass. And one bucket for the ICC Blue Hawks. Duarte finishing strong at the rim.
Great play by the Blue Hawks to get Rosal wide open. You see that excellent recognition from the baseline inbound. And getting that reverse up and in, and one opportunity dito para kay Duarte.
And that and one move of the game is presented to you by Pure Gold. We will have another timeout dito sa ating second period. The Makati Cavaliers up by 11. We will be right back. We are back dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship. Makati Cavaliers have 6 seconds to end the half on a high note. Hubert Canny will the buzzer, no good. And that will do it for our first half. The ICC Blue Hawks down by 11 kontra dito sa AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers 51-40 with the Makati Cavaliers up on top to end the first half. It has been a spectacular set of action, Javi. We will be back with you for more updates and see you at the second half dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Good afternoon. We are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. It is our halftime between the ICC Blue Hawks and the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. The Cavaliers with a 11-point lead, 51-40 over the ICC Blue Hawks dito. So here are the first half highlights from our game. We have the Blue Hawks bouncing back after that 14-point deficit, but the Makati Cavaliers having a little more urgency to end the second half.
See here our halftime stats. AFP up 11 points against the Blue Hawks. 3-point field goal story has been really in the side of the Cavaliers on this one. 7 out of 16, 43%. Samantalang they only shot 1 out of 10 against the Sun One Knights. And also 7 out of 24 against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, already equaling that total. The Hawks not really doing a good job on those departments. The assists total 13-9. They had 16 versus the Sun One Knights and 17 versus the Kuala Lumpur Aseel. They can even double that number in this game. Points off turnovers, 18 na ang nagagawa of those 14 turnovers ng Blue Hawks. ICC has to do a better job of taking care of the rock here if they want to make a ball game out of this.
And speaking of ball game, we are set to return our second half of action. But first, the leading scorers, itong si Hubert Cani, John Formento, Renz Alcoriza, and Jake Diwa for the Makati Cavaliers. And for the Blue Hawks naman, we have Ero Soriano, Jeric Garcia, Serafin Duarte, and Yao Bautista. So, a lot more basketball to be played here, Javi. Nico Aaron Quintong with Javi Palanya here as my analyst. For those of you just joining us, tune in on YouTube, Facebook, Kumu, and TikTok Live for all of our games here today. It is the second half of action for our first game dito sa Wednesday Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship.
A little over-eager on that defensive pressure by Pedo. But a good job by Flores to be able to handle that. What I was saying during our first half, the Blue Hawks should not succumb to the pressure that the Cavaliers are giving them and be more patient, more composed in running their offensive sets to be able to get quality shots, move the ball around, get more player movement.
Now, if you're ICC, Javi, what must have went down in that locker room?
Well, I'm sure Coach Jay Agsalud told them, just relax. Of course, they are the younger team, but they have to make no excuses. They are in this tournament to gain exposure, to gain experience. Pero syempre naman, if you want to go for the win every game.
And the Blue Hawks now have 14 to shoot, but that is tremendous defense. As I mentioned earlier, Javi, the staggering defense nitong Makati Cavaliers forcing the ICC Blue Hawks to commit turnovers.
1-2-2 zone extended being shown here by the white shirts. Let's see if this will work on this defensive possession.
And the Makati Cavaliers here, that set there, Javi, if I'm not mistaken, caught the Cavaliers a little bit by surprise.
But that's the problem when you have a 1-2-2 zone, no? When someone flashes in the middle and a guy like Jan Colina, who is very comfortable in that shaded area, that will be a problem for Coach Jay Agsalud and his wards. So let's see if he will make another adjustment come the next defensive possession para sa kanyang kupunan.
And for those of you just tuning in, the storyline between these two teams is a lot on the line. The ICC Blue Hawks not starting the season the way they could have envisioned it. They want to win here today. Habang itong Makati Cavaliers naman wanting to continue their momentum from their first win. And now our prize money sponsor is brought to us by Medisur Pharmacy. So thank you very much for that prize money this coming Filbasket Summer Championship. It will go to our champions of this tournament.
The Cavaliers still continuing with their full court pressure. ICC has to be able to attack that press, get those easy baskets.
Oh, and Makati Cavaliers, Almerol kicking things off in the second half with a jumper.
Good start once again for Almerol dito sa ating second half. He had a number of baskets to start our ball game. And here, Jake Gaspay missing link once again for Coach J. Agsalud, as his teammate Bautista is able to drain a shot from the outside.
So ICC trimming the lead down to as much as 5 earlier. Now it's down to 12. They want to come back in this ball game, but the Makati Cavaliers still putting their foot on the gas pedal. And speaking of gas pedal, here is ICC looking to run.
Careless fast break there, and they're lucky to keep the ball in their hands right there. Bautista should have given up to his point guard, Flores.
They have 17 seconds to make something up here. Flores, he wants a pick and roll. He wants some pick and roll action here. But he is double teamed. He forced to give it up. And that defense by Makati. But Gaspay gets it no good.
Oh, they were better off kicking it off to Gaspay, who was free on the left flank.
Corner pocket 3 here. No good for the Makati Cavaliers. And just this pressure defense by Makati given to ICC. But they find Gaspay, and Jake Gaspay nearing a slam, bringing the lead down to 10.
Mini dunk there by Gaspay, but let's see if that will get him going in this game. Turnover here forced by the Blue Hawks. But a foul will spoil that opportunity. But great offensive to defensive sequence para dito sa Blue Hawks. Garcia leaking out is Gaspay with that mini dunk for his first 2 points sa ating laro.
And that move of the game is presented to you by Pure Gold. 10-point lead here for the ICC Blue Hawks. The Makati Cavaliers wanting to keep their winning streak alive. They lost the first game if you're Makati, but they bounced back against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel last Monday. If you're the Cavaliers, Javi, how much momentum do you think they bring coming off that dominant win over the Aseel last Monday?
After losing to San Juan, I'm sure they had a lot of doubts about themselves. A lot of players still not coming in for them in that game. Pero ngayon nakukompleto na talaga sila and nabubuo na talaga yung chemistry nila. There's issues from that first game have been slowly resolving, and I'm sure Coach Ronnie Kahanding is very happy with the way his Wars are performing in this game.
And now, second half, we will bring you over to our courtside reporter, Megan Cabrera, for some more updates. What do you have for us, Megan?
Thanks, Nico. Tulad nga ng nabanggit nyo rin kanina, doon po sa huddle natin, of course, Coach J of the ICC, talagang ang job niya is to boost the morale of the kids kasi syempre medyo bata pa sila and minsan bumababa ang kanilang morale. According to him, what's important is that they do their best and that they defend the ring para hindi makapuntos ang kalaban. Sabi niya, kaya nyo namang sumabay but right now they are not at their best. Ang advice niya ay mag-usap sila sa loob. And at the same time, we see na si Demesa is out of the game due to a hamstring injury. So last game against Malaysia, doon siya na-injure and right now he is in much pain. Not just from the hamstrings but nagre-radiate na rin to his lower back. So right now he is undergoing therapy but the coaches also do not want to push it para makapag-recover pa siya and hopefully come back sa next games natin. Nico?
Thank you so much. That was Megan Cabrera with our updates from the sideline. So Demesa is temporarily out para dito sa ICC Blue Hawks, Javi. A lot of these players will have to step up.
And that's a big blow for Coach J. Agsalud because Demesa, even though he had only 2 points in this game, is a big reason why they were able to come back in that first half. But Flores might just be that energy guy for them.
And now, as I mentioned earlier, Javi, the rhythm of this team has been coming in spurts in this ball game. Oh, a tough reverse layup. That one was spectacular by Alcoriza.
No time to warm up for this guy. He brings in instant offense right away, and he can heat up in a hurry. Talking about Reds Alcoriza. Diwa right now on transition against Gaspay, drawing the foul, and one opportunity for Jake Diwa, who has just been playing spectacular basketball these past 2 games.
Man, just when you thought ICC trimmed down the lead, we have this instant replay brought to you by Smart Seam Play, Smart Ako. Jake Diwa with an and one basket there.
He, however, misses on that free throw opportunity. If you're Jake Gaspay and you're looking to challenge that layup, you go up. But if a foul mo rin, sulitin mo na yung foul. I mean, don't go dirty, but make sure he doesn't have a chance to make that basket.
That's right, Javi. I mean, kung pa-foul ka lang, laksan mo na. Diba? But an and one. Talking about fouls, Errol Soriano answers back with an and one bucket to give ICC a little bit more momentum in the second half.
No reinforcements for Jan Colina on defense there. He was left in the dust. Para dito kay Soriano, who is the top scorer for the Blue Hawks sa ating laro. He now has 14 points, make that 15.
And now the ICC Blue Hawks trim the lead to single digits. It is within 9. So Makati Cavaliers sensing a little bit more urgency again in the second half. And speaking of urgency, this Filbasket is brought to you by Celium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation.
Flores missing on that three-point attempt, but he had Gaspay on that baseline. Another missed opportunity in transition para dito sa Blue Hawks. But they are definitely doing a better job in this game compared to their past two matches. They're hanging here, keeping in step, trying to make a game out of it.
And we would also like to thank and acknowledge the presence of Mayor Attorney Jaime Fresnedi ng Muntinlupa City and Congressman Rufy Biazon, the lone district of Muntinlupa. So acknowledging those two dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship. Oh, Garcia! That jumper is tough. That is money para dito kay Jeric Garcia. The game now is within 6. ICC Blue Hawks fighting back. They are not going down without a fight.
That three-point shot will be very valuable for Coach Jay Agsalud and his boys, especially in trying to come back in this game. The lead is now down by 6. If they can make good on their opportunities from outside, this will be a different game. You see Jeric Garcia knocking down his second triple of the ball game, libre, and no problem right there.
Medyo nabuhayan na itong ICC Javi. They were down by as much as 15 in this ball game. Now they trim the lead to single digits. It is by 8 now. So if you're ICC, what do you like to see for them to continue doing moving forward?
Just sustain the energy that they're having right now. Don't let up. Make them think that you can win this game. Oh, almost a backward violation there.
Rosal, he wants to take it strong. And Rosal, as if to say, anong height mo? Si Rosal with a tough layup there. And that just energized his defense right now. Oh, but Makati answering back. Itong si Jake Diwa, the best player of the game in their win against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel, answering back that layup by Rosal.
That's already 13 points in the game for Jake Diwa, an undersized big who has been flourishing inside the paint.
Speaking of inside the paint, we have a foul inside the paint right now. And with that, I want to take this time to thank Wilson. Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. So thank you very much, Wilson. 8-point lead for 8-point lead for the Makati Cavaliers now. If you're Makati, Javi, what are some things you've seen them make mistakes a bit in this second half? What did they fall apart on?
There have been lapses on the defensive end. ICC has done a good job of recognizing those cracks in the defense. And yung energy nila from the first half has dwindled a little bit during the start of our third quarter. So they have to look back and see where they can get that from once again.
So ICC now going back to their 2-3 zone defense, forcing Makati to shoot outside, but they will not hit. But that is a rebound and the second chance bucket para dito sa Makati Cavaliers. They will go to the line for 2.
As you saw on your screens during halftime, Makati was 7 out of 16 from three-point country, but they have so far missed all 3 of their attempts in this third quarter. So the zone defense of ICC holding up right now and making it hard for AFP to get shots from that area. But Jake Diwa has other things in mind, and he is now at the line, makes his first shot.
Now we see the Makati Cavaliers really harassing itong ICC Blue Hawks defensively. But Flores will take a 3. That is no good. Ball will go and stay with the Blue Hawks. Ito na.
Flores has to look to make that pass to his teammates, make plays para sa kanyang mga teammate, because right now he is forcing 3-point shots from out of there. He has missed his last 3 attempts from that area, and nothing has happened. Maybe it would be more beneficial for him and for his squad to put the ball on the floor, draw the defense, and see kung sino ang magiging open para sa kanyang team.
And we would like to thank Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sport Scoring Solutions. That is no good. The lead is still 8, but ICC playing with a lot of momentum now. Oh, good look inside. Jake Diwa just unable to hit.
Thrown away there by Soriano.
Now AFP playing a little more patiently in this offensive set. They look to get some pick and roll action. Oh, beautiful behind the back pass. Graceful ball movement by Makati here, but that is a turnover, and Flores has a wide open lane and will make them pay. Alfred Flores with that fast break layup. Lead is down to 6. ICC having their crack at the basket.
You see the difference when Hubert Cani is not on the floor for Coach Ronnie Kahanding. The offense has not been harmonious as it was during the first half.
And the ICC Blue Hawks have been playing more harmoniously in this third period. The AFP Makati Cavaliers want to bounce back, sustain this lead. That's why we have Jake Diwa at the line. Etong si Jake Diwa is one of the main offensive weapons netong AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers.
And this guy is what, 6 feet, 6'1". But he is an undersized big, but he definitely knows how to move inside. Someone in the mold of a marquee. Not really your tallest player, but definitely can mix it up with the best of them in that interior area.
At sa mga Cebuano nanonood ngayon dito sa Filbasket, one of our sponsors, the Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch dyan sa Cebu. Parating po yan in April 2 there in Cebu, the Manila Kingpin. So the lead is still up to 8, but ICC has slowly but surely crawled their way back into this ball game. Javi, if you're ICC, you have a lot of motivation to win here. They want to get their first win of this tournament, and what better way to get it against such an experienced team against the Makati Cavaliers?
That's right. This is the first time that they have been hanging in this game the past 2 matches since AMA. So they definitely have a chance there, and they have to trust themselves and believe in themselves that they can come up with a W dito na makakasilat-sala dito against AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers.
And as you see, Yao Bautista at the line, he has 7 points and 5 rebounds. Very significant contributor para dito sa ICC Blue Hawks.
That's the first miss from the line for the Blue Hawks in this game.
Oh, Diwa. Okay, Jake, we see your jumper.
So he cannot just do it from inside, but showing a 16 to 18-foot jumper there. Jake Diwa, another bucket.
And Makati has a wide open lane. And that layup by Francisco will bring the Makati Cavaliers back to within 12. We will have a timeout and be right back dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship.
Excellent outlet pass by Formento, recognizing the leaking out teammate that was Hel Francisco, who makes up for his botched turnover and foul kanina.
And we'll be back dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. It is the third quarter of action. Babalik po tayo dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. It is the first game in what is expected to be a spectacular Wednesday triple header. Nico Aaron Quintong here, joined by Javi Palanya. Now Javi, the lead is back to double digits. What adjustment have we seen from Makati so far?
Every time ICC has gone on a run, they have responded very well. They recognize their mistakes whenever the Blue Hawks have a run. But Soriano wanting to rest that run once again and try to make themselves get back into this game. Second chance opportunities. That is something that Makati shouldn't be able to give up dito sa Blue Hawks.
Now Cordero will dictate the offense for Makati. They are back to within a double-digit lead in this ball game. And Diwa looks to play some bully boy inside, just unable to hit. But he gets his miss and he says, I could still conquer this rim.
They have the obvious advantage inside.
ICC now looking to rotate the ball, playing a lot more patiently in the second half. And Flores, Kyrie Irving na move mula kay Flores, that was smooth.
The perimeter guards of the Cavaliers shouldn't allow guys like Flores to be able to go through the teeth of the defense, make plays for themselves and for their teammates as well.
We are down to our final 30 seconds here in the second half. And that will be not too late for an N1. Jake Diwa, 2 straight baskets for the Makati Cavaliers with that N1.
And look at that, Formento finding Diwa through those 2 ICC Blue Hawks. And Diwa not even having a hard time in this game. Paulit-ulit na siya nakakakuha ng oportunidad to score the basketball, and he has already 23 points in our game, surpassing his total from that game against the Kuala Lumpur Aseel.
And it's been an easy outing para dito kay Jake Diwa so far in the first 2 games, Javi. So ICC now experiencing the pressure mula dito sa Makati Cavaliers. 13 seconds separating the game clock and the shot clock. We have Flores going at the line for 2. Alfred Flores, another young gun para dito sa ICC Blue Hawks.
This guy just is relentless. He continues to attack and attack.
And now if you're ICC, the upside for this team, Javi, is you're very young. So you have so much more potential to grow, so much more things to learn in this league. But don't get me wrong, they want to win.
They definitely want to win, and I think they are really going for it. They want to play to win in this game. They're keeping the score tight here, and they have a chance to cut it to single digits, and that's exactly what Flores did. 8-point lead na lang dito para sa Cavaliers, and that's already 10 points para kay Flores. But Formento has different things in mind, picking up from where he left off after missing his first few buckets dito sa ating third quarter.
Just the back and forth buckets we have here, but Rosal, no answers. So both teams answering back, and that will end our third period of action. The ICC Blue Hawks fighting back in this ball game, wanting to get their win, but the Makati Cavaliers dominating the inside. You have guys like Jake Diwa with 23 points, 12 rebounds, 7 of 10 from the field. He has made it really hard for ICC to come back in this ball game, just as if to say this is too easy. So now the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers will take a 10-point lead. Magbabalik po ang Filbasket. We are back here in the Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. For those of you just joining us, this is Nico Aaron Quintong, joined by Javi Palanya, and here are our totals all throughout this ball game.
ICC able to keep in step with AFP in that third quarter. It was back and forth in that game. Both teams are blowing hot and cold, but they have to exert more effort na kailangan higitan pa nila, talking about the ICC Blue Hawks, if they want to cut down this 10-point deficit and have a chance to win this game. But what's confusing for me here is Coach Jay Salute has not fielded Jake Gaspay back in after slamming it down, that mini dunk during that third quarter, and so far we have seen none of him here in the past few moments of our game.
Speaking of Gaspay, Javi, now that you mentioned it, would you want to see him on the floor right now?
Definitely. I mean, this guy had 35 points in that game against AMA Online Education. Of course, he was a combined 19 points the past few games, but you want to have give him a chance to be able to redeem himself. And not seeing any floor burn, he wouldn't have any chance to do that if he's on the bench.
And Rosal just being a little bit too fancy there, and that is going to cost ICC. Francisco with that fast break play.
ICC has to trust each other. They have to be able to move the ball around, keep the defense guessing. And another rush shot, but buti na lang Bautista was there for that putback. There has to be more movement on offense for the Blue Hawks.
Now the lead is back to double digits for Makati, but ICC still hanging in this one. We are just starting the fourth period, and they want to bounce back. They've trimmed it down to single digits earlier. Let's see if they can come back in this ball game and bag their first win, their much-needed first win this season.
The defense has been holding up for them, but again, I cannot reiterate it enough. They have to be more patient on offense, be more composed. Yung immaturity nila, syempre nakikita natin since they're kids, but they cannot make that an excuse.
Flores, he wants to go ISO. Oh, that shoulder fake, and Flores just goes to work.
But again, Nico, another one-on-one play there for Flores. That cannot be sustainable against a veteran team like Makati.
Makati being very patient now, and that patience does pay off. Custodio with a three.
A lot of zone busters here at Coach Ronnie Kahanding's disposal. Joffer Custodio, definitely one of them, knocking down a three from that right corner.
Now ICC wants to get some paint action, but that defense by Makati is making it hard for them. Makati now on the run. Oh, fantastic drop pass there to Lord Casajeros. Casajeros, the former UE Red Warrior.
Everybody paying attention to Jan Formento. He has had a number of baskets in this game. 13 points na sa ating laro. But they missed Lord Casajeros. Let's look at this move of the game by Flores. Excellent half spin after that crossover and making separation against Formento, sinking that fade-away jumper.
And that move of the game is presented to you by Pure Gold. With the highlight there, itong si Flores. And speaking of him, he pulls up for 3, but that is no good. A little bit of a rushed shot there for ICC. Now the lead is back to 13 para sa Makati.
Hero ball is just not gonna do it. If you're a young team against a veteran squad like AFP, they will know to focus their defense on the one who is playing hero ball, and that is Flores. But Soriano continues his rampage inside the paint. 21 points na para dito kay Soriano.
And as we see here, Soriano just not giving up on that play. An and one para dito kay Soriano. It was costly. He got hit, but that shot was definitely worth it, pulling ICC Blue Hawks closer to the Makati Cavaliers.
Those offensive rebounds have been one of the saving graces for ICC. A big reason why they're now just down by 11 points at this point of our match. But they have to do better in other facets of their game, involve other people on offense.
You know, the rhythm of this game, it's been a very familiar. Makati, they get the lead, a double-digit lead, and then ICC trims it down to single digits, as much as 6, and then now Makati gets back another double-digit lead.
Because whenever ICC seems to get close as much as like 5-7 points, they're already committing lapses eh. And that's where the composure and the maturity has to set in for them. I'm sure Coach Jay Agsalud tells that to his boys and wants their morale to be as high as that, to keep their confidence, to be able to win this game. But Joffer Custodio, back-to-back threes, this time from the opposite corner, rests the lead back to 14 points para sa Makati Cavaliers.
And Custodio will force that timeout, but first we have the instant replay of this splash from Rainbow Country para dito kay Custodio, and that replay was brought to you by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako. We will be right back. We're back dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Alfred Flores' consistency is personified with this kid. 14 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 1.7 steals per game. So one key player para dito sa ICC. And speaking of key, we will get some updates mula dito sa courtside reporter Megan Cabrera. Hi, Megan.
Thanks, Nico. As you said, this young player, 21 years old lang, pero isa siya sa mga gumagawa para sa ICC. I was able to speak with him earlier, and isa sa mga ginagawa niya is talagang double effort at extra work kada training. At isa siya sa mga nakikinabang sa experience na ito dahil nagkakaroon siya ng chance to learn from the pro players that he gets to play against, and he also gets advice and gets to challenge them as well. He's more excited than kabado when he's on the floor, as he said a while ago. And this business ad major right now wants to go pro one day. Nico?
Thank you so much, Megan Cabrera, with our courtside updates. Now, Custodio earlier just sinking it from deep yet again and converting with a steal. Now, Makati looking to push the pace and heavy. This is the biggest lead for Makati so far at 19.
They're starting to pull away right here, Nico.
Now Flores, he wants to go one-on-one on Canny. That's no good, but Soriano will pick up the leftovers. 17-point lead now para sa Makati.
Megan was mentioning in her report earlier that Flores is more excited than nervous whenever he is on the floor, but he has to contain that excitement and exert a little bit more composure and patience whenever he's on the floor, because on that previous offensive he had 3-on-1 fast break that he was leading, but he leaves it now for Jeric Garcia, who knocks down another triple.
And Jeric Garcia, one man whose jumper is as smooth as butter, laying in that three-point basket para sa ICC. And speaking of baskets, our basketball today is brought to us by Wilson, the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Oh, terrific pass, just unable to finish. Now Flores, he doesn't see the numbers, that's why he kicks out.
You see how the defense is collapsing on every Blue Hawks player who tries to attack the paint, but the ICC doesn't recognize their teammates who are open on the perimeter.
So now, Javi, what adjustments have we seen so far from Makati? The game was as close as 6. Now we're down to 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. What did you like to see from them, and what did they do to get this 14-point lead?
Well, the defensive pressure has definitely been back there, and ICC has made it easier for AFP to build this advantage because yung communication ng ICC on defense has not been very evident, as John Colina scores on another point inside the paint.
Colina with a bully boy move inside the paint, making it tough for ICC. Now 16-point lead for Makati. Rosal will try to trim that down, no good. We have 3 minutes remaining, and it looks like Makati is slowly but surely taking control of this ball game.
Rosal was going up against Formento on that play, rather Alcoriza on that play. And you see the other defenders, they were just standing around waiting for Rosal to commit a mistake, and that's exactly what happened.
And our prize money for this Filbasket 2022 tournament is brought to us by Emedisure Pharmacy. So thank you, Emedisure Pharmacy, for that prize money this tournament. De La Cruz now wants to go one-on-one, but that is no good. An 18-point lead para dito sa Makati Cavaliers. They are just taking their time now. And they realize they have the numbers, they have the lead. They want to slowly milk the clock here. And Custodio gets a lucky shooter's bounce, man. I don't know, but he has additional luck today from that area.
They are eating the life out of this Blue Hawk squad with those three-pointers, and Joffer Custodio has been one big factor in that. 4 3-pointers in this game, all 12 of his points coming from rainbow distance. See here, Joffer Custodio, 1, 2, 3, in. Just a lucky bounce there, shooter's bounce para dito sa gunner ni Coach Ronnie Kahanding.
Tsaka makita mo sa replay, Javi, napangiti din si Custodio din. He knew he got the lucky bounce. But hey, that guy's been hitting it all throughout this game. So now, that gave ICC a 21-point lead in this ball game. Now, 99-78. Nearing the 2-minute mark, Javi, is this ball game over for ICC?
Well, it's definitely slipping away from them. We've seen weirder things happen in basketball, but with a 21-point lead here, and with 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining, this game looks to be in the bag of Makati.
Now, for those of you who weren't able to catch the first half earlier, let's not take any credit away from ICC, Javi. They are a very young team. The mere fact that they're going up against these big dogs in the league says a lot. And they fought back in this ballgame within 6. Just some minor errors in the fourth, and that is why it looks like they will have to win their next game.
And we're seeing the first appearance of Jake Gaspay dito sa ating fourth quarter with only 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. He gets the offensive rebound, has a chance for an N1 opportunity, but I would have loved for Coach Jay Agsalud if he fielded him earlier and maybe the score wouldn't be the way as it is right now.
So, speaking of rhythm, Javi, this ICC Blue Hawks has yet to get their footing in this tournament. They want to take it one game at a time. I spoke with Coach J. Agsalud earlier, and he said they want to bounce back. But now, we are down to our last 2 minutes, which is brought to you by Smart Simple, Smart Ako. And speaking of Simple, that is such a simple but efficient jumper for Custodio.
And it's just really getting hotter in here, Nico. Joffer Custodio, microwave player here. He has that badge, definitely. 5th 3 of the ball game.
Pushing foul on number 20,
Joffer Custodio looking to pass, but hey, I'm gonna take the 3. And this time he does it from straight away. He has been doing it from all areas of the floor. Corner, wing, straight away. Joffer Custodio can hit it from anywhere.
Ang init na nga ng panahon, Javi. Pinapainit pa ni Jobert Custodio. He knows he could shoot. I see that little smirk over there. Hindi lang niya pinapakita sa atin eh. Pero ang laki ng ngiti niya ngayon after that 3-point basket made. And I think he still has more plans to make more. And Makati Cavaliers just sealing it, especially after that jumper by Cordero.
Well, Darwin Cordero, interesting story about this guy. He was supposed to be one of the players from the Zamboanga area to play in the UAAP or the NCAA. A lot of the big schools were trying to recruit him. Batchmates niya sila Rudy Lingganay. In fact, one of the idols of former FEU Tamaro and former UAAP MVP RR Garcia. But what happened was he was homesick when he got to Manila, wanted to go back to his family. But right now he has carved a career at this level, and Darwin Cordero sinking that jumper dun sa kanilang previous offensive possession. Joffer Custodio, kala niya makakaisa pa siya ulit.
Yeah, I know, but we're only human, sabi ni Jobert Custodio. But that's fine because it looks like the AFP Makati Cavaliers will pull off another dominant victory dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Now with their biggest lead of the ball game at 20, and we are just winding down the time here. So another big win para dito sa Makati, Javi. They won their first game against Kuala Lumpur, now against the Blue Hawks, and looks like it is done. But Gaspay wants to put more numbers on the scoreboard. The Makati Cavaliers taking their second win of the season, and they bag more momentum moving forward.
But I'm sure Coach J. Agsalud has more positives to draw from this ball game compared to the one against the Nueva Ecija Capitals. They fought tooth and nail first to the third quarter until the early parts of our penultimate period. But in the end, the veteran presence and the experience of the Makati Cavaliers ang nanaig, and that is the reason why they won this ball game. Second straight win for them. Big confidence booster for this team.
And there you have it, a 104-86 win para dito sa AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers. Dominant performance all throughout their game here, Javi. There were times where ICC showed sparks of brilliance, but the Cavaliers remaining the more experienced team, reminding the young squad that, hey, we could fight back in this ball game. But let's not take any credit away from the ICC Blue Hawks because they are a young team. They have so much more room and potential to grow. So it's just more improvement to be done by Coach J. Agsalud and the ICC Blue Hawks. But kudos to them for sticking it out with these old dogs here in the Filbasket Summer Championship. 104-86 po ang ating final score. The Makati Cavaliers bagging their second consecutive win for this tournament. And now, we will turn you over to Megan Cabrera with our post-game interview kasama si Jake Diwa. Hi, Megan.
Thanks, Nico and Javi. Back-to-back tayo. Pure Gold, best player of the game. So from last time, meron tayong 20 points. Ngayon naman, 23 points tayo and 12 rebounds. Take us through your game.
Ma'am?
Take us through your game.
Okay. Yun nga, dahil sa tulong-tulong namin ngayon, ma'am, siyempre, dinodoble ko lang yung effort ko every game para lang makatulong sa team. Then wala, hindi na ako umasa sa ano ng team namin, basta ako kung ano lang yung binigay sa akin na role ni Coach Sunny at ni Coach Ronnie. Yan ang ginagawa ko, dinodoble ko lang effort ko every pasok ko sa loob ng game.
Ayan, so napansin namin every second half mas gumagawa ka. So ano ang nagiging mindset mo when it comes to that one?
Pag sa first half, ma'am, napapansin ko parang kulang yung effort ko eh. Nakukulangan ako, so pagdating ng second half, mas pumupukpok ako, mas binibigay ko yung best ko para makatulong ako sa team namin.
Alright, Jake, bati tayo sa ating fans and supporters.
Binabati nga pala ang aming chief of staff, si General Centeno, ang aming team manager, si J1, si Major General Perez, ang aming OSPS chief, si Colonel Ginulbay, then sila General Gonzales, then si Lloyd Arceo, Suset Recto, Selena Bier, FSD Makati, Ronald Uy, General Bayani, then mga taga GHQ, AFP community. Suportahan nyo lang kami, mga kasama namin sundalo dyan. Para sa inyo to, itong ginagawa namin na to, para sa inyo to laban na to. Then, sa Diwa family, dyan sa Silang Cavite, tsaka sa Bataan. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
Alright, congratulations, Jake. Back-to-back best player of the game. Nico and Javi.
And thank you very much. That was Megan Cabrera with our best player of the game, itong si Jake Diwa. So, 104-86, the AFP-FSD Makati Cavaliers bagging their second consecutive victory. But take no credit away, the ICC Blue Hawks still have so much more room to grow moving forward in this ball game. So that is just the start para dito sa ating Wednesday action ng Filbasket. Stay tuned because the next game will be the Muntinlupa Angeles Resort EOG Sports kontra dito sa AMA Online Education Titans. We will have 3 games for this day. And what a spectacular set of action we've had today. On behalf of the entire Filbasket crew, Javi Palanya along with Megan Cabrera, this has been Nico Aaron Quintong saying thank you and stick around on Facebook, YouTube, Kumu, and TikTok Live because we have more action here in the Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship.